Hello and happy day to you wherever you're watching from. Are you preparing for a US visa interview for student visa, F1 visa? You should watch this video. In this video, I'll be talking about all you need to know about preparing for US F1 visa interview for student. This is not for B1, B2 visa, and this is not for work H1B visa. It's strictly for people that have admission and they're thinking of going to the embassy for their F1 visa interview. So congratulations on your admission if you just got admission into the United States and you're going for your F1 visa interview. These are the things that you should know. The first thing you want to do is to all the things you need to pay your service fee. You need to book an appointment, which is very difficult in some countries. When you're finding dates for visa appointments might be very difficult, but you don't have to worry about that. You can always request for expedited appointment, which you will most likely get if you do everything right. So I could make another video on how to apply for expedited appointment, but today let's talk about F1 visa interview. So I always encourage people, don't go out there to Google or go to all these websites where they talk about people tell you about bad stories and they don't tell you what they have done, their antecedent. So when they are going for an interview, don't go out there. Watch this video. All you need to learn about visa interview is right on this video. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not a difficult experience. It's not a difficult process. Once you get your date and you're thinking of going to the consular does not want to deny you your visa. The thing is that make sure that you're consistent in your the track record is consistent before you apply for your interview. Make sure your social media, you're not posting anything derogatory or that can impact your application negatively. Don't comment on unnecessary political issues. Those are things you want to think about. You don't have to start deleting your social media account. No, nobody is asking you to do that. All you need to do is to make sure that you don't have any posts that might affect you negatively. So because they do a lot of background check and make sure you're consistent. Whatever you have put in your CV or put on your LinkedIn profile or put in your work experience history, consistent with what you are putting in your when you're filling your DS-160. So your DS-160 is very important. Most US application, it's not what you say during the visa interview that really matters. It's just to put a face to the name, because they've already decided if they want to give you your visa or not. So when you're going there, dress nicely and don't dress like you're going to a clubhouse or you're going to a party. Dress like a shirt and a trouser is nice, and a nice shoe, and maybe a t-shirt and jean is good. And go there smiling. Don't go frowning your face or fidgeting. There's nothing to fidget about. It's just a chat. So when you get there, behave yourself, stay on the line, because your interview starts exactly at the gate. So stay on the line, don't jump the line, and then don't start gisting with people. You can ask questions, you can ask yourself questions. Don't go there and start making noise and not on poke nothing in things that doesn't concern you. Be very professional, and when it's your turn, just go. They're gonna ask you simple questions concerning what you have put in your application. So for example, the kind of question that you're going to be asked is, the first thing they're going to ask you is to pass them your passport and your I-20 form. So you're going to pass that to the officer, and they're going to tell you to do to thumbprint. So if you're going to thumbprint on your right hand and your left hand, so those are the first thing you're going to do. And then they can ask you a simple question. I say you're going to the University of XYZ to study PhD or masters in accounting, and you're gonna say, oh yeah, that's absolutely correct. So the next thing they might want to ask you is, so why did you choose this school? And just answer that straight up. And maybe they ask you again, oh, so why don't you do your master's or your PhD in your home country? Then you want to answer that straight up. And one thing I noticed that people do is that they answer the questions that they are not asked. So if they ask you, what's your plan after graduation, just state your plan straight. Don't tell them all information that they didn't ask for. For example, you want to say, oh, I'm going to be coming back to my home country to do maybe to continue or to get a higher position at my workplace. And then you go on and start saying, because I have this XYZ amount in my bank account, and my uncle is this and my auntie is that. And those are the questions they didn't ask you. They only ask you, what are you going to be doing after graduation? You just straight talk about your short-term goals and your long-term goals, and that's it. You don't want to, answer that. That kind of, extra answers flags you as suspicious, or maybe there's something fishy about you. So one thing you don't want to do is to be, answering the questions that you are not asked. And don't give too short answers. Don't give long answers. Just go straight to the point. When they ask you, for example, are you married? No, yeah, I'm married with 2 kids. That's okay. You don't want to go, oh, I was married on the 22nd of January 1882. No, they didn't ask you that. They only ask you, are you married? So you want to be careful about that. And also it's only going to take about 2 minutes for the visa interview. So they won't ask you more questions than it's on your I-20 form. So they look at your I-20. If there's anything concerning about your background when you're filling your DS-160 form, they might ask you that question just to clarify, but there's no big deal. Most of the time you get your visa stamped and get approved if there's nothing fishy. So there's nothing to fidget about. Most people that will start telling you, a lot of jargon about visa appointment, visa interview, and telling you, oh, it's difficult, it's hard to get. No, it's not hard to get. The only thing is that you want to make sure that you fill your DS-160 correctly. You make sure you don't make any mistake. Behave yourself, dress nicely, smile, and it's a chat. It's not an interview per se. So it's just a simple question, and once you answer correctly, and there's nothing fishy about your responses, don't go there and start. If you have deficit on your, deficit on your I-20, maybe 40% or 30%, let's say $20,000 deficit. Just simply answer the question. Oh, how are you gonna pay? The deficit on your I-20. Don't go ahead and start saying my uncle or my cousin, husband, or something like that is gonna pay. You must have a concrete answer or a concrete plan on how you want to pay. Maybe you're gonna get a graduate position in the school that's gonna cover that deficit, or maybe you have savings that's going to cover the deficit, and you can say, oh, I have savings and I have a statement of account that proves that I have that amount right here with me. I can show you if you want. That's a good answer. You don't want to start saying things abstract or making things up, and when you're saying ham, and they're wondering, you're not ready. So you want to be very prepared when you're going for your especially when you have deficit. That's where the problem comes in. You don't want to you're not going there to convince the visa officer to give you a visa. That's not what you're going to do. You're going there to show yourself that this is the person that I've applied to go to this country, and that's what you want to go there to do. It's just a chat. You're not convincing. So don't do anything that makes you look as if you are convincing the visa officer that they should please give you admission. You're not begging for that. So give you visa as the case may be. So it's a simple chat. I've always emphasized that. So don't flag yourself. If anything is not clear, you can simply ask them to repeat themselves, or maybe rephrase that. Can you please say that again? It's a good way to talk about that. Or can you please rephrase that? I can't hear you properly. That's totally acceptable. So don't fidget, and yeah, I hope you get your visa. So if you have any question regarding visa application or visa interview, you can always write in the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer those questions. You're welcome. See you around in the next video, in the other video, and I wish you good luck going for your visa appointment. Yeah, take care.